Hey, what is up guys? How's it going? I'm Eric from Womp Gaming HD, and today I'm bringing you guys an in-depth guide of the different types of mechanical key switches. So, these key switches are produced by a brand named Cherry, which is the lead provider in mechanical key switches. Although companies such as Razer create their own mechanical key switches, majority of mechanical keyboards use Cherry MX switches. There are four main types of mechanical key switches: red, black, brown, and blue. In this video, I will be giving an in-depth description of all of these. You may not know this, but there are actually 11 total types of key switches. Besides the four most common ones, there are clear, gray, green, white, super black, dark gray, and white. We are only going over these other ones briefly because they're very rare and I highly doubt you will ever come across them. I mean, I haven't really even come across any Cherry MX black switches, but they're still considered a main type of key switch. Anyway, all these keys go 4mm down, but reach the actuation point at 2mm. So this means you have to press the key down 4mm before bottoming out the key, but it only takes 2mm for the key press to be recognized. The first two key switches we are going to talk about are Cherry MX Red and Black. Both of these fall into the category of linear switches because they move straight up and down and you can't feel the actuation point. Cherry MX Red switches have a low actuation force of 45 centinewtons, or about 46 grams. These keys are completely silent unless you bottom out the key. Red switches are tied with brown switches for the lowest actuation force among the four most common switches. Red switches are becoming increasingly popular among gamers because it is easier to press rapidly due to its low actuation force. Have a listen to what the Cherry MX Red switches sound like. First, I'm going to press it without bottoming out the key. Now I'm going to bottom out the key. Next is Cherry MX Black switches. These are very similar to red switches. They are also silent unless you bottom out the key, but they have the heaviest actuation force among the four most common key switches. Its actuation force is 60 centinewtons, or about 61 grams. Its stronger spring makes it heavier and heavier to push down the key until you bottom it out. It also means that it rebounds faster, so when it gets to the bottom, it shoots up faster than any other key. This is not considered ideal for typing due to its stiffness. Pressing down these heavy keys over and over again can become fatiguing. But this key's heavy weight can prevent accidental key presses. Have a listen to what the Cherry MX Black key switch sounds like. First, I'm going to press it without bottoming out the key. Now I'm going to bottom out the key. As you can tell, it sounds very similar to red switches. The next two keys we're going to talk about are Cherry MX Brown and Blue. These are both considered tactical key switches because as you press the switch down, you can feel as the key reaches the actuation point, which means you don't have to press it all the way down and bottom out the key. The brown switch has a low actuation force of 45 centinewtons, or about 46 grams, which is exactly the same as the Cherry MX Red switches. These keys are silent unless you bottom out the key. The low actuation force, along with its ability to allow the user to feel the actuation point, makes it a great all-around keyboard as it is ideal for gaming and typing. This is the most popular tactical key switch due to its ability to be great in any scenario, and unlike blue switches, it doesn't make a clicky sound when it reaches the actuation point, making it ideal for close working conditions where the sound of a blue switch could annoy the people around you. Have a listen to what the Cherry MX Brown switch sounds like. First, I'm going to press it without bottoming out the key, and I'm going to stop as soon as I reach its actuation point. Now I'm going to bottom out the key. Next, we're going to be talking about Cherry MX Blue switches. When you're thinking of a mechanical keyboard, the sound of a Cherry MX Brown switch may be the first thing that comes to your mind. This is because it has that very distinct clicky sound, unlike any other key switch. As you reach the actuation point of this key, not only do you feel it, but you also hear it loud and clear. This makes it easier for the user to recognize when exactly they hit the actuation point. Unlike the other switches, which consist of one solid plunger, this one consists of a plunger along with a white slider, as you can see in the diagram. As the actuation point is reached, the plunger is launched to the bottom of the switch, thus making the clicking sound. This key switch's actuation force is heavier than Brown, but it's still considered in the low to medium range. It's 50 centinewtons or about 51 grams. The tactical bump and click attracts typists, but its medium actuation force makes it less suitable for gaming. Also, it is harder to press rapidly because you have to wait for the plunger and the slider to get back into position once you press it. All mechanical key switches, along with all key switches in general, make a sound when you bottom out the key, but the sound mechanical key switches makes is already a bit louder than a rubber dome or a chiclet style keyboard. This, paired with the distinct sound of the Cherry MX Blue switches, makes the Blue switch a bad choice for your average working environment. Have a listen to what the Cherry MX Blue switches sound like. First, I'm going to press it until it reaches its actuation point. Now I'm going to bottom out the key. Now let's quickly go over the other types of mechanical key switches. Clear switches fall into the tactical category as they have a tactical bump, but they have a very heavy actuation force of 65 centinewtons or about 66 grams. Gray switches have a very high actuation force of 80 centinewtons or about 82 grams. They are linear switches and they are only used for spacebars on some Cherry MX Clear keyboards. Green switches are similar to blue as they have a tactical bump and a clicky sound, but they are much stiffer because they have an actuation force of 80 centinewtons or about 82 grams. These switches are mainly used for spacebars. White switches are exactly the same as green switches as they have the same weight, they have a tactical bump and a clicky sound, but they are a little quieter. Super black switches have an insanely high actuation force of 150 centinewtons or about 153 grams. These fall into the category of linear switches and are designed for spacebars on Cherry MX Black keyboards. Dark gray switches have an actuation force of 80 centinewtons or about 82 grams. They are linear switches and they are designed to be used as a spacebar on a Cherry MX Black keyboard. Cherry MX lock switches are very unique and do exactly what their name suggests. When pressed, these linear switches stay down until pressed again. These are mainly designed to be used for caps lock keys. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, hope it was what you're looking for. Hope it helped you find what mechanical key switch is best for you. If it did any of these things, please give this video a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, anything like that, please leave it in the comment section below. Again, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.